Probably the first all Europe match I think we've had. Is that right, Chixa?
As for today, yeah, other than baby Endpoint, I'm sure that actually never really happened. So yeah, this is the first official one for today. Of course, we had them historically, but in this tournament, yes.
Yeah, but doesn't matter what we're talking about in terms of the predictions. It matters what happens here on the pitch. So we see Endpoint and Guild kind of going back and forth right now. Just throwing the ball up, hoping to get something center. Sniper throws it to the back wall, but it's cleared away. Takara gets that, and Slumpy clears it away, looking maybe hoping to bang it on target. It's Sniper now on the attack. Honest gonna get the clear. It's just not everybody's filling each other out.
That's exactly how game one normally is on the pitch, so I'm not surprised First Blood will go to Flower, who I said today has been playing phenomenally well, normally not paired with Sniper in April, but I think she's been playing her best on the pitch, and we'll start it off for Guild.
That was a nice shot. Strong start for them. Really, really nice awareness there as Flower pops it high. Slumpy pre-jumps that, gets the touch. April on the attack, throws it to the back wall high. Slumpy gonna get the read. Looking for her teammate Takara to follow through. She gets a double, but it goes right to Flower. Flower waited patiently in the right exact spot for where that ball was going. And that really matters. And Flower once again on the attack. Just can't get it on target. Slumpy gonna get the save. There's just a lot of attacks going down right now, and both teams doing a good job keeping things away defensively. And as I say that, Takara puts a 1 on target. This is the first goal for Endpoint here in game one.
Fortunately, a little bit of miscommunication between both April and Sniper. I believe they pass one another. They don't touch the ball, and Flower's too late to that challenge. So taking full advantage is Takara to find the goal, find the equalizer for Endpoint. Now it's a 1-1 game. Both teams have kind of felt each other out. We'll see who indeed puts their pace forward, sets that tone, and finds other ways to score, get that lead for themselves back again.
Yeah, April off of the wall though. She misses her touch. Wasn't able to get a push it the way she wanted to there, but it goes to Alanis. Alanis to Slumpy. Shut down by Sniper. Pass isn't going to be a redirect to Slumpy. Gets cut down because of the defensive pressure. But it looks like maybe Alana scores something. No, instead it's going to go in favor of Slumpy. Look at this passing play. Slumpy to the back, to the wall. Flower gets the save, but the save just goes right to Slumpy. Slumpy puts it on target. Endpoint now put themselves up 1 goal in this first game.
Really good work. Teamwork on the side of Endpoint. They do exactly what they need to, and they're again pushing for a way to score. April sends this one out again in conjunction with Flower. They're kind of on top of one another. A nice shot here. Alanis able to save it away, and this one will go quick to Slumpy. Actually catches it so well to send it towards the opposing corner. What a pinch to put it in front of the net, but I guess the fake does enough to send it safely into the corner for Guild, but they're struggling. They're low on boost. They're doing their best to try to get out of the way and get back on the offensive side of the field, but this is the first clear they'll have, and they'll have some space to work with.
Yeah, Sniper's up with it though. The ball just going to drop right to April, not in the way they wanted it to. It's cleared away, and Alanis, Takara might have a passing play that lines up for them. As Slumpy though sees it, she has to do something because Takara was demoed, but just not anything going to be a goal here. Not going to be on target. Takara to the corner. Slumpy can't get the touch. It's just a little bit too high for her. She does get a bump onto April, and that's going to be an upper 90 shot from Alanis.
Alanis is locked in this one. 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 save, 2 shots thus far. She has played admirably out on the field, really giving her team the edge in a lot of these scores. It's been great overall for her as well defensively. It's nice to see the step up that some team members take. Sometimes they're like, okay, maybe Takara isn't on this game mechanically, so maybe I'm going to step up and decide to make some plays myself. It's the teamwork that we like to see. This Endpoint roster has been a roster now for quite some time, especially I think we mentioned earlier how long Takara and Slumpy, the two of them, have been playing, and it shows on the field that they find ways to make plays together.
As Takara puts that one in for her team, Sniper thought she was going to get a dunk, but instead it ends up almost looking like a psycho, but not exactly quite, needed a touch. It's just great team chemistry continues to pay off for Endpoint. They're making a lot of smart decisions, and you can tell, again, it's that trust factor that a lot of teams that haven't been together don't have. That's why we don't see double commits happening from them. It also usually means they have strong comms, but what just happened there? It looked like a breakdown in the defense. Flower and April just get it past Takara and Slumpy.
Unfortunate for Takara and Slumpy. Both go up for it. Both don't have the correct read, and both end up getting out of position. So Flower will be able to put that one in the back of the net. She has both goals right now for Guild. We need to see April and Sniper getting something upfield, but I feel like normally we see Joda be the same sort of position player as Flower is. She's very much upfield often with the trio of them. So it needs to be a little bit more, I think, even across the pitch when it comes to offensively, because Guild can't just rely on Flower to finish off these plays.
Yeah, they are, you know, not cohesively all the way together, but they have made some great plays. Guild just has to kind of synergize a little bit stronger here, but I mean, even there, that looked like maybe a bit of a comms issue. Flower looked like for a moment that she didn't know that was incoming. That should have definitely been calmed, so she should have turned a little bit faster there, keep the pressure up. The sense of urgency seems a little bit weak right now from Guild, a little bit out of sorts, but Flower sees that urgent need to get that save, and they only have 8 seconds left in this one.
Oh, don't count anything out just yet, Rocket. Flower will find her third with 4 seconds left. A kickoff goal is all that stands between Guild and coming back.
What a shot indeed. I mean, 4 seconds and a dream? This is the part where I would tell my team, let's go for a kickoff goal, and Slumpy really wanted it, but couldn't find it. The ball, oh, I said Slumpy, like as if they really needed it, but they wanted just another goal into the net to maybe just keep things a little bit solidified here and not have to worry about anything, though. The goal going to be 4-3 in this first game. Endpoint takes our game 1.
I think overall Endpoint playing better as a team, and that giving them their victory in this game. 7 shots distributed throughout across the team. Guild Academy, 5 of the 6 shots coming from Flower, all 3 goals coming from Flower. It's just been really, a phenomenal game for Flower in particular, and April and Sniper just too quiet to help. They needed to assist the likes of Flower more in order to get more aggressive upfield and figure out how to defend against a lot of the pressure that Endpoint was putting on them. So hopefully we see some changes for Guild, and April and Sniper wake up a little bit and get going on the field.
Yeah, looking at the leaderboard and how some of the points shaked out, we had 5 shots coming from Flower, 3, aka all of the goals happening for Guild came from Flower. So the Sniper and April have to get more involved on this pitch. They have to be there for these passes. They have to just get their comms together, trust a little bit more. I haven't really seen any real double commits coming or triple commits coming from either side. So it means that their comms are usually on point and there's a little bit of trust, but accuracy and speed, sense of urgency really need to come into play. Maybe some physicality as well.
Yeah, I think all those certainly will paint a picture. We'll figure out what happens in this one. April finds the follow-up on the 50, and first to score is Guild.
I think they were listening to me and wanted to prove me wrong. They did a great job there, at least getting themselves started here. I think that's the first game, they didn't actually score first, but here they did. Flower looking to put another one on target. It's blocked away by Takara. Alanis in a really bit of a precarious space as Slumpy and Alanis look to clear this. Get the redirect. The pass is shut off. Flower yet again saving the day. Ooh. And getting a pinch, creating some nice pressure onto Endpoint.
Her control has been phenomenal with that ball, whether it be the read on her side of the field or that pinch. It's nice to see the things that Flower has done just to stay creative and unpredictable on the field. Alanis now going towards the opposite end. Good read for Sniper off the backboard. Alanis the field's backflip, and to take over will be Takara, but only temporarily. Flower out of boost will still be able to beat Alanis, but Slumpy last back sends one out. This one sent to midfield, but Takara is there to take control back. A little bit of ping pong action, and you know, just happens.
What a bang. April throws it hard, and Alanis and Slumpy both commit for that, and neither hit the ball. I just think they were both caught off guard and reacted too fast. Weren't able to get the read, but that kickoff, the cheat, actually looked really good there as Slumpy slows it down, centers it. The net is wide open. Alanis ends up hitting the back, hits the crossbar. Crossbar saves the day for Guild. But not for long.
It doesn't save him for long. Slumpy manages to find the shot here just as it's everywhere. The contest doesn't come through quick enough. Someone needs to be on that ball after it bounces off that crossbar, but instead too late. Out of boost is the side of Guild, and Endpoint will find one here. Still plenty of time left to go. Drop down here. Takara finds the read. It's a nice shot, and just like that, bang, bang, 2 goals in the row for Endpoint, and they're tied up in this one.
It's nice to see everything tied up. Takara, that slight touch into that corner space looked like it shouldn't have been a goal. Looked like it should have been a save away, but holy smokes. And April looking to be on the attack, but it is saved away. Alanis coming clutch there. They like to call her Bosch Alanis because she's very good at what she does. She's great on this pitch. Really great asset for Slumpy and Takara. She's on the attack right now, looking to center, maybe get a bump to Sniper, but it's not going to happen. And just a little bit of ping pong happening right now.
Takara controlling into the midfield, gets it past 2, in fact. Sniper trying to get back to it quick enough. April will send this one away, almost on target, in fact. Looking to follow up, find a contest, does indeed bump Alanis, but can't get past Slumpy. Flower now off the side wall, doesn't have enough height to follow up, and April's shot off target. So upfield, this one will go for Endpoint. But Sniper sends it right back where it came from. A lot of losing possession, but the reads have just not been good for Endpoint. Sniper, top right corner shot, and on target for Guild.
A touch from Slumpy ends up being a pass, unfortunately, and Sniper just takes advantage, and now this is the first time we've seen them with a goal lead, so you got to be a little bit worried there for her Guild. I mean, is this their chance to start coming back and being a little bit stronger in this series? This is a best of 5, so this is really just a matter about consistency, or at least pulling it together so that there is a bit of ways for you to come back in this.
Sniper back towards mid. April picking it up. Guild still pressuring. They've done the best this game thus far of putting on pressure. A bump onto Sniper, but still manages her footing well. April, the pass. This one blocked outright, and Endpoint finally gathers some space from all that pressure. Nice demo, though, onto Takara, and that allows Guild to get upfield.
Yeah, it looks like Sniper wanted to go on the attack, but throws right into the corner. April up, bangs it, goes right back on the wall, and goes on the attack for the 50 from the ceiling drop. Slumpy, though, just throws it away, and it ends up being a pass to Sniper, who gets it to Flower. Flower bangs it high, and it's Alanis yet again clearing it away. It just really, really is hard to have any one of these teams score right now, but it's nice to see that they're constantly really getting some aggression down and maybe even a goal, but just off target.
Slumpy back in midfield. Ooh, this game is so good. Sniper drop down. April's there, gets the beat. Alana's a huge save on the goal line, and Takara, the block to follow. Endpoint barely holding on. They need to get upfield, but a pass here. Flowers shot saved away by Takara. Endpoint has maybe one opportunity. 50 here. This one for Flowers sent back away. 10 seconds left. Desperately, Endpoint need to look upfield. A bump by Takara. Alanis is up. Can't get the 50 on target. One final second. Guild able to take game 2.
You know, there was a huge difference. There was a huge change in this for Guild. If you look at the scoreboard, right, instead of it being Flower doing everything, you know, April stepped up, Sniper stepped up, and it looked like Flower played a little bit more defensively. We had 5 shots coming from April, 3 from Sniper, and when you look at Endpoint, everything was kind of even across the board. 2 assists, 2 saves, 2 shots from Alanis, 1 goal, 2 saves, 2 shots to Kara, 1 goal, 2 saves, 1 shots from Slumpy. So it's like extremely even from Endpoint. And again, Guild just continues to have these weird flippity flops motions, but maybe this is the right concept to leave Flower kind of more in that defensive space and let April and Sniper push a little bit more. And maybe we might continue to see better things happen in the series.
Yeah, I think they certainly got more creative with it. I like to use the word unpredictable because that's the entirety of Rocket League. It happens so fast, you're always trying to predict your opponent. But with April and Sniper really locked in this game, it was very unpredictable because you were worried about Flower after her game 1 presence, that you weren't ready to face the entirety of Guild kind of being a threat on the pitch. So allowing them to do just that and play so well caught Endpoint off guard, and they were able to just manage a lead. And now we find ourselves in a 1-1 series score. Both teams now fighting to try and gain match point in this best of 5.
Yes, and you said it. You know, we talked about this earlier, the advantages of teams being together longer. And Sniper and April have played together for quite some time. Same is the story of Slumpy and Takara, and you know, they've probably had Alanis now, again, a season and a half or so. And, you know, Flower joined this season. So she's not, and she's really kind of moved around from teams, from a few different teams. But one thing we do know is she is incredible at the game. So can't count anyone out. Just going to be really a matter of comms and trust and rotations. Things that happen very fast, but as a team, they really have to happen on point in order for your team to win.
Mm-hmm. All very valid points. And a quiet start to game number 3. Unless Sniper can hit something nutty. A double commit. That one's going to be a goal. Slumpy? Yeah. Really, really good transition play. You can't double commit there. That's really it.
I agree. And Slumpy just took that slight moment to make sure she got the shot on target. That's the most important thing. Open nets are rush most of the time, which is why they always say there's nothing worse than a open net, because the goal should be a goal. You have all the time in the world, but you know, you're in the back of your mind, you're just like, the net's open, I need to hurry up and score this. And then teams end up rushing the shot attempt and missing.
Talking about missing a shot attempt, that one too close for comfort on the side of Endpoint. And now more pressure coming on through. Alanis, a good block, midfield presence held right now for Endpoint. April bouncing this one out, and Guild having a hard time getting out of their half.
And now into the corner is Alanis and Sniper. The ball gonna get chipped just above, flicked just above everyone on Guild. Maybe go center. No. That 50 was Slumpy gonna go all the way to Takara, who's now controlling it off of the wall. Maybe looking to drop it down to Alanis. Alanis on the dribble, gets the flick, continues to push, wants to center this to Slumpy, and there it is, but oh! It is not a goal! I cannot believe it, but Sakara maybe? How was that not a goal? Everybody was pushing so hard. The defense is just a brick wall right now from Guild.
Yeah, unfortunate. Slumpy cannot place that shot right underneath the bar, so it instead bounces off the backboard, and the follow-up for Takara, it's on target, but not enough power to get past the defensive Guild. Really great overall play by Endpoint, but overall, Guild able to hold on out. Granted, they still need to get this ball out of their half. It's been way too long on the Guild side, and they're still desperately looking for that clear. They find one here, but midfield, the boost, Endpoint, a miss by Takara, the follow-up, back on Guild half. I don't know, possession doesn't seem to be held really for long on one team or another. And, oh my. I was a little concerned there for a second, Rocket.
It really didn't look like she had that, though. I mean, I think we both held our breaths. Yeah, I mean, Alanis had a great shot opportunity. Kind of crazy, didn't go in, but still have a minute 42 seconds left in this one. Hoping to maybe see things even out a little bit as both teams, though, continue to apply lots of pressure. The ball continues to just get yeeted away. There's not really any team plays happening right now. Just a lot of ball throwing around, kind of like volleyball.
I enjoy the vocabulary of yeeting the ball away. That's why you don't hear too often, but I definitely
I pulled up Webster's dictionary for that one.
I definitely feel like that's certainly how the pitch is right now. It's just toss after toss after a 50 win here and a race towards it. But possession just ebbs and flows with one and other teams. With under a minute, Endpoint is holding the singular goal lead, and that's all they may need to finish out this one.
Yeah, but even that's kind of dangerous because, you know, teams can score. I mean, 42 seconds is still a lot of time. And the last thing you want is a team to score, like, within the last 15 seconds. You go into overtime, and then somehow that team pulls the dub. And then it's like all that work you did in that match is now just undone, right? Now you have to go play another match or something like that. But either way, both teams still need to play another match because even no matter who wins here, we would still need another to determine the winner. As things are tied up, the ball continues to get just thrown away from Guild's net, and that's going to be a whiff, leaving things a little bit dangerous here for Endpoint. It's going to pop up. April and Alanis get the 50, drops down. Endpoint takes the dub on this one. It is now 2-1 in this series in favor of Endpoint.
Quiet game. I think that's mainly what we saw. One that nobody wanted to hold on to the possession. Endpoint ends up getting more shots, more opportunities, and they may be 1 of 8, but that's all you needed to get it. Guild with 3 shots. That's it. They managed 5 saves, which was good, but more offense was needed this game, I think, really for both sides, since most of Endpoint shots weren't that deadly. They weren't that crazy. You know, they were just kind of there, and that's how the game was.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, but at least something that we saw, at least for quite a bit of this game, is both teams seem to be, like, so worried about pressure and so worried about somebody being in their face that they threw away possession constantly. Although there was lots of moments where Endpoint, at least you could see it in their car movements. You can see it in the way they threw the ball. And, you know, because we're casters, we can actually, and we're in the game, we can actually change and look through the views of the individual players. And when you look at Endpoint, they continue to make those really, really amazing team decisions of maybe we're banging it away, but at least we're trying to bang up a pass to a teammate, or at least look for an opportunity to find an outlet pass or to bang to the backboard. So yes, a lot of possession did get thrown around, but at least it seems like they're continuing to play that team style that we know them for. And it did them really well the last game. We'll see how it does here in this fourth game, sorry.
Fourth game. Yeah, Endpoint on match point right now. They take this one They end up rematching Genji, who's patiently waiting in grand finals with a game in hand as well. And Endpoint looking to start it off. They find the first goal in 19 seconds. And again, it's a passing play and pressure coming from every single member of the team.
Alanis going to be the one to put that on target. 19 seconds into this one. You know, they call her Bosch Lannis for a reason. And Bosch is supposed to be some English term for, like, I think just meaning really cool or really good, whatever. Either way, both teams, I mean, they've put on a show, but Endpoint really has looked strong this whole series, and I have full faith that they're going to take this one. Just, you can take a look at their decision making and look at their formations. We really don't see them like out of place in that triangular formation that like Rocket League is famous for, that if you want to win, your team should kind of have in terms of where everyone is situated, just to be there for pressure. And Alanis looked like she was going to get one on target. No, instead, it is Takara. Endpoint now up by 2 goals, 4 minutes left in this one.
Yeah, good pressure again from Endpoint. They tend to bring the house, and that can be risky, but they've been able to place the ball where needed to finish off upfield plays. Great work by the side of Endpoint. They're looking to close out this series here and now, and Guild just doesn't seem like they have the juice anymore to stay around in it. Nice touch here for Flower that will relieve some pressure, but again, they lose possession of the ball, and they're not sending it anywhere to anybody upfield. There's no outlet pass. There's no follow-up. It's just kind of these pot shots, and Endpoint able to handle them with ease.
Yeah, it looks like Alonso is on the attack. Flower gets the 50. Takara not going to get the touch. Flower tries to put one on target. Slumpy going to get the save. Just continues to shut things down. This is kind of the defense we saw earlier coming out from Guild, but now it's Endpoint with this just really beautiful brick wall situation happening where nothing can go towards their net. Yet again, another save, another clear coming from Guild.
Ooh, what a touch from Takara. Actually sends it up now to Slumpy, who gathers some boost, gets it on top of her car, gets a little bit of a flick, but Sniper will be there to save it. 50 here for Takara, won by Sniper. Flower looking to take over, but may have actually taken that ball away from Sniper. That needs to be communicated, or else there's a double commit and 2 players out of submission. Speaking of double commit, Takara and Slumpy both go to that ball, and that gives some space for Guild. There's certainly a lot of mistakes in this game, both teams trying their best to take advantage.
Yeah, Slumpy coming off of the ceiling, but it's just going to end up being a pass to April. Takara sees this as an opportunity to go to the backboard, maybe get a double, but just not right for it. And Sniper gets that demo to Alanis, which means now the Endpoint net is a little bit more open, a little bit more accessible for them. That was just a little bit wide, maybe by about 5 pixels if I had to measure that right. You know, Chicksa, you're an engineer. Do you measure in pixels like I do when I watch Rocket League?
I wouldn't say that we ever measure in pixels. I mean, I've definitely measured to the 100,000th of an inch, but certainly not pixels. And that's what makes Rocket League really hard to read. I mean, I was noting it earlier that the entirety of a team that's difficult to play against is one that's unpredictable, because it's so hard to think as fast as you do and stay as tight as you do to the ball with the pace of the game. I don't know how often a lot of people have watched professional Rocket League. I'm sure everyone has turned on RLCS at least once. But the speed of which they make their decisions is faster. They have to decide the next 2 plays before the one play is even played out beforehand.
Yeah, it's definitely very difficult. Any team is told that they should be ready for that and be making those predictions. But here's the problem. When you predict that fast, your predictions could be wrong, which changes everything else. And it's a whole chain of, like, you know, things getting changed. But it's going to be a goal on target. Slumpy puts that goal out of nowhere. And that was just a wide hole, even though we saw April on the back wall coming down, looking like she was going to get the save, but she was caught off guard because she was still recovering from coming off the sidewall. And Sniper was already on the sidewall, but just a little bit too far back, a little bit slow, not able to get to the touch. Just another goal for Endpoint.
Honestly, I feel like Guild looks very tired this game. I saw a lot more out of them in their Gen G series that they lost compared to this one. It seems like Endpoint is completely outpacing them, and I'm not seeing any sort of team cohesion. It seems like there's always a missing piece to what they're trying to figure out. A drop down here for Atlantis. Endpoint just buying time. 20 seconds is all that they need to win the series, and this one will be the cherry on top. Slumpy, yet another goal. I think our highest scoring game thus far. And it's a phenomenal kind of finish for Endpoint in our lower bracket final.
Yeah, and you know, there's nothing that anybody can blame on anything here. Both of these teams are EU. We are playing on EU servers. And not to mention, you know, in most of these players are only 6 hours ahead of where I am, which means it's only 8:16 for them. Some players at most it's 9:16 for them. So I wouldn't imagine this is because they're super sleepy. I think it's just simply because it's exhausting going against Endpoint. Their pressure, just something that nobody can really beat there. It's just so much pressure that they put on. And Guild did a great job of trying to keep up, but Endpoint is Endpoint at the end of the day.